listeners, you're tuning into the Chit Chat Chew Show with your girl Uno, and we have the co-host
Jade.
Jade.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on? And we have a special show this evening that's going to be great. We have special guest Phyllis Robinson.
Hey,
Greetings,
Phyllis
everyone. Greetings.
Robinson in the house.
Yes,
Greetings.
she's an artist, barber, poet, and activist. And I'm sure she's so many
many
other
more
titles.
things.
Yeah, too many.
All right, so we're gonna get into the interview. Let's get real right now.
So can I just give the plugins real quick so people, just a friendly little reminder?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw
Okay,
it in.
so for you guys that's listening, you can call in with shout outs for our guest this evening, comments, questions at 404-474-0080. And if you want to download the app, you can do so by downloading audio, AWDIO, and go in the search box and put in our show, Chit Chat Chew Show. And also for our LGBTQ community, you can stream us live at www.gaytvatl.com. So there's no reason for you not to be on listening.
Right. There's no excuse. You got
None.
You got both. You got both ways to tune into our show.
Well, all right.
All right now.
So let's get into this show.
Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Phyllis Robinson. We're gonna find out what she got going on, what she's been up to, what she's doing. So Phyllis, so tell me what's currently going on right now with yourself.
Well, what's currently going on with myself right now?
Yeah.
Well, I am working really hard and grinding out here. I'm a barber, female barber, and I cut hair at She Cuts, 675 West Peachtree Street.
Oh yeah, plug that in so people to come see you, cause she does a great job. She's done my hair several times and she's awesome. So please go support her.
Located in Midtown, next door to the Fox Theater. And my number is 678-851-2947 if you would like to make an appointment.
All right. And so how long have you been doing barbering? Like, what made you get into the barbering?
Okay, let's see. Back in 2000, I think it was 1 or 2 when we had the 9/11 event, I was working in corporate world at Atlanta Gas Light Company. And I basically in March before the 9/11 event happened, I was in a major car accident. So I was off work for like 6 months. But in the meantime, I was in barbering school part-time because in corporate world, we kept going through the downsize, resize, all this kind of craziness. But I decided to elevate myself by doing something different. Like I said, I was in barbering school. So in March of 2000, what is it again, when 9/11 happened?
It's 2011.
2011.
2011, okay.
It was September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that accident in March.
Okay.
And I was supposed to go back to work in July. And found out, well, I was told that my job had been eliminated, but that wasn't the truth. So anyway, I ended up losing my job. And by the way, I wanted to make put emphasis. I was the only black female in a department of 70.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And
Okay.
given the corporate world,
Black history.
Right.
Right there.
given the corporate world about that particular company about 7 years of my life. So anyway, after I was in that car accident, I basically lost use temporary with my hands. And I was totally depressed. And I found myself thinking about what I was going to do next.
Right.
So at this given time, I was watching Oprah's show, and she had NDRE and Alicia Keys them on, and I turned around and I heard NDRE talking to some lady in the audience saying she didn't know that her voice could affect someone and inspire them. So at that moment, there was like I had an epiphany moment, and I was typing a poem with mainly one hand.
Oh wow.
And so
Was that helping you regain your strength in your hands as well?
actually, I would say so, but it was just to keep myself busy and not
Yeah.
be totally
Depressed and all
depressed.
that, yeah.
So when I saw that lady crying and I heard India Reed expressing to herself, she didn't know she had inspired anybody. I just had that awakening moment just to keep moving forward.
Right.
So, okay, my sister who's in the barbering and beauty industry, she got tired of hearing me talking about working with these other people, the Y people, the Y people.
Oh, right,
So
right.
she said, you've always like handling clippers. Why don't you do something with that? And again, I was in barbering school. So I went to barbering school here in Atlanta, Georgia, which is a black college. And the name of the college is Samverly College, and it's still here. It's been in existence for almost 40 years.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
And it's located downtown Atlanta. So Miss Purdy and her husband, while I was unable to use my hands, they allowed me to sit behind the desk, and that's where I learned how to run a barbershop, open up one.
Okay.
So, okay, after losing my job, I ideally just somehow landed in the barbering field. So that's how it all happened.
You think that was your calling once you knew you landed right there, or just something that
I
just...
had no clue that I was going to be in the barbering field because I thought working in corporate world, you just
Was it?
work
That's
and
it.
look forward towards
Yeah.
retirement.
Yeah.
And that was it.
But see,
But
Creator
the
works
mo-
in mysterious
exactly,
ways.
Exactly.
He everything happens for a reason, and he puts you right where you're supposed to be.
Right.
And one of your many talents. 'Cause
Right.
she has
Yes.
multiple
Yeah,
ones.
more.
One of your many talents.
I was going to just elaborate on that because I was going to say my first love is art.
Okay, yeah, I was
That's my-
just finna ask you a question about that too.
Okay, you can ask me. I'll pause.
Like now, I saw a lot of your paintings on your website, and I mean, you have a lot of great art. So, like, when did you start doing paintings? Like, what inspires you to do those sort of paintings, that particular style of painting? Because I see a lot of emotion, it's eccentric, a lot of color,
Okay.
have a lot of expression. So,
Okay, well, let's travel back again. I've been drawing or painting or doodling ever since I was 3 or 4 years old. And so I would like to consider myself as being special. Special meaning spiritual, political, erotic,
right.
intelligent, courageous, artsy, and loving. So my major in college was art. But again, in high school, junior high, I just always found myself entering in art contests or just drawing, just naturally.
Yeah.
But my major was art, and I got a degree in art education. So I was certified to teach K through 12.
Okay.
And so, inspirational wise, I can get inspired by a piece of cornbread.
And you just start
But
drawing it.
No, not actually. People ask me
I'm gonna
that.
draw a piece of cornbread. That
Well,
draw made
I
me hungry.
can. So, the visuals come in my dreams or just observing people, and I guess actually the emotions come behind it when I was younger because I came from a dysfunctional family. Okay, so it kind of just like calmed the stress or things going on in your home environment.
So it's basically like an outlet where you
Yeah,
can
but-
channel that
Naturally,
all the dynamics going on within your
I didn't tap
surroundings.
into it like that. It just kind of happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very natural. There's no logic to it. It's just I'm a natural born artist.
Okay.
All right. And now when you were saying about you were certified to teach K to 12, and that was art, correct?
Yes.
Now have you thought about ever in your life starting a school
Well,
and getting into that area?
I'm not going to tell you my age and numbers, but I attended college at Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
So I came to Atlanta in the late 80s to teach, but I did not pass the standardized test. So I ended up substitute teaching. And yes, I have incorporated working with youth, which is my number one passion, working with young people. And presently, I would like to start art therapy
Okay.
classes for young people.
Nah, now that would be good. We definitely need a lot more of that. I mean, especially for I'm saying for the adults
hmm
working with the youth, they do need more outlets, and they do need people that could be an example where they could become greater than what they are surrounded by. You know, they need that. They need that push. They need someone that's gonna care
Right,
and work with them and help
because
them
they're
build.
taking the arts mainly out of the schools.
Yeah.
And so, I mentor a lot of college young men at this point right now from some of your major universities like Georgia Tech or Georgia State. And when I when I cut their hair, they're expressing, like their stress issue, emotions or what have you, be it about their books, their relationships with women, race issues, and I'm just taking it all in and thinking like, wow, art therapy is a way for them to have a release because a lot of them come from different backgrounds and cultures. I cut hair of clients from all over the world, all over the world.
Wow. I mean, you know what? And then what you saying, art, how the youth, like, mentoring the kids, you do mentoring, like,
hmm
art is a way for them to vent. That's always been a part of black culture anyway, a way for us to
Yes.
deal with a lot of the struggles and stress of the world is just through art.
Right.
Specifically dancing.
Yes.
That's always been a cultural thing, but always art, dancing, being creative, whether it's
Music,
doing music,
poetry,
artsy stuff, poetry, all kinds of stuff.
fashion, all of the arts.
That's
So
all good.
I was just listening. My fault. I was,
You
I,
good, you
yeah, I was a little
good.
zoned
You
out. Y'all,
zoning out
yeah,
over
y'all
there.
gotta forgive me because I'm tired. A girl been working real hard last week and today, and yesterday.
It
So
was
forgive
hell
me.
today, huh?
Oh boy, but okay. Ooh, my job, bless their hearts. So no, I was really resonating with what you're saying because basically, we all know that a lot of the schools have taken out like the music and the art therapy and all the things that really enriched our youth. And so you see a lot of youth going around, they're just a lot of them out of control.
Yes.
And like you said, they come from different dynamics of family. A lot of times they're raising themselves.
Yeah.
They don't have the mother or the father, the parents around, so they're raising themselves, and then the parents are off doing whatever. Whatever. And so
God knows.
yeah, and so a lot of them are out in the street, on the streets. They're selling drugs or human trafficking. I mean, I say that because I know there is a Urban League. They have a office in where I work at, and they have a lot of at youth risk kids, youth, even those that's coming straight out of jail,
Right.
coming to them because they're trying to help them. And so when you said music therapy, also that resonates with me because I've done art therapy because I'm a special woman.
And that you is.
Yes, because as the world knows, I live with a mental diagnosis. Everyone knows that to the world. And so with that and the organization that I contract with, we have people that come in, and one of the things was art therapy. And I was like, how the hell do I want to do art therapy? I don't know how to draw. I do some circles and some sticks. But when you go in there, it's so much different. It's so much more than that. And it's so fulfilling and it's so therapeutic. And then we even got into the coloring of the books, like the coloring books. And I was like, I am not a child, but once I had an open mind, I was like, wow, I really, really enjoyed it. And of course, like with music and dancing, because even now, I act a fool when I'm by myself. I act a fool with Uno.
That's all the time. Act a fool tonight.
Yes, and so it's like, I turn to music. Everybody has a different thing that they do, journal or whatever. But of course, the spiritual part of me, first and foremost, comes first.
Right.
But then the music is like when I'm going through whatever, I turn on some music, or I even have coloring books till the day. I need to get back into it now that you remind me. But it's so therapeutic because it takes your mind somewhere else to a better, positive place. And somehow when you're done at the end of the day, it kind of regroups you back.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're feeling better. So yeah,
I want to get back into my drawing because I did a lot of sketch
I love
drawing.
that. I love the music therapy.
And then I kind of transitioned to painting, but then I stopped because I say around 2002 is when I started transitioning into the music because I was really more into the art, even though it had music in me, but I just couldn't really blossom like it wanted to until something triggered that. But at the time being, I was always drawn. That was therapeutic. It really is therapeutic. Sketching all kind of things, and then for some reason, music captured me as well. Where that's therapeutic, and it still is therapeutic because I produce. I was rapping, but I don't really do that too much. But producing and even just doing sound, to me, that's a way for me to regroup. As well.
Yeah, music is wonderful. Growing up around talented family members, especially my mom, because she went to a boarding school in New Jersey, Bordentown, New Jersey. She went there from I believe 1st through 12th grade or something like that. Anyway, she graduated, and her major was music.
Right.
And her minor was economics, I believe, or cooking or something like that. Like she did all that. And then with my mother just allowing me to listen to a variety of different music of all genres. And then my mother was in 2 groups, one being the Marquis with Lenny Welch in it, and also being in this other group called the Endeavors. It's like just from her belly to now, it's like, and I have opened my mind thanks to my son. Thanks, Shavar. Love you. Kiss, kiss. Classical.
Right.
I had to even expand it because I was like, ugh, forget that. However, that was something that was incorporated in his therapy once upon a time was learning chess and classical music. And I was like, yo.
Man, I used to play chess a lot. I stopped, so I suck at that shit. I don't know how to play chess
is
no more.
A de-stress.
It is, though.
Wow, yes.
And you use your brain a lot.
Yes.
It's very strategically
yes. And I just was like,
game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to music. Okay. Like I said, I'm kind of special here.
Join the family.
Right. Feel at home.
Yes.
And coming up in junior high school, I wanted to play the drums. But back then, they were saying that girls could not play drums. So I was uptight about that, And my sister used to throw me out the room because she always found me banging on stuff. But I have these other gifts in which I can still play the drums now.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite instrument I like to play when I go to the house music
Yeah.
events is the tambourine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love the
Yes.
tambourine.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, that tambourine.
Yeah,
boy,
that
you can't go
tambourine
happy
is
as
something
hell, you be on
serious,
it.
yes.
Yeah, it's like a natural feeling to let yourself go and play these different instruments.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how house music is too. It's like synonymous that instrument in house music. It's
Gives you a
it's a self-expression. It's like freedom.
churchy but original African feeling in your soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just let it all
Let it
out.
go.
Let it all go.
And I love house music because I had my first experience in Chicago and then in New York. But I couldn't dance. But I just noticed when I would observe people in the house music scene, they just kind of go into their own
Their own world.
Yeah,
Yes,
everybody
their
know
own
one,
beat.
and
Yes.
Ain't nobody shooting nobody. Step on
Right.
the shoe, want to start a fight. It ain't all that. I'm not a big house fan, but I can kind of rock with it though. I like the vibe. I do like the atmosphere of it. Just attending an event.
Yeah.
Instead of just going to one of them clubs, you go in there, you know it's gonna be tense. You standing up in the corner somewhere, and
Right.
people don't want to dance. You
Right.
know, I mean, just all that. And
They
it's all
dropping
that
it,
rah-rah.
twerking, hitting the floor. They doing something. But yeah, with house growing up on house music, so myself growing up like up north, just house music was it, and freedom of expression, and
Right.
no one's judging you, and you just like you said, in your own world, you doing your own thing. Nobody's like, what is she or he
Right.
doing? You
Right.
just doing your thing, and they doing their thing, and everybody is enjoying the music and enjoying each other's company.
Exactly.
Right. So about this Falcons game, we gotta get on this song. You know how I had to talk about this game now. Y'all know that was some bullshit, right? The Falcons should have won that game.
Oh my God.
Brady cheated. Tom Brady cheated. His team cheated. Cause they Falcons was kicking their ass in the first and second quarter.
Yeah, they were pretty hardcore.
Yeah, they was
were
really
grinding
hungry.
out. Yes.
Like they really wanted that.
All I could say is something went
They
wrong
wanted that
after
Super Bowl.
after they came out of
After
that
that
locker room.
Halftime, something
Something went
left.
left. Man, I was just like, what the heck? I felt like I was in a matrix.
Right, it was like
But
they put some kind of spell on the Falcons or something, and all of a sudden the Patriots just come out of nowhere blowing them.
they'll be back next year.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll be back. I have faith in them.
I do. I
We
still
just got
gonna
to
rock
keep
with
them
my Falcons.
lifting them up.
Well, I hope that. I do hope, because I'm not a Falcons or a Patriots. However,
I'm really a Saints fan, but
but you know,
I'm
rock,
here in the
I'm a
but
Falcons fan
I
all
support it.
yeah,
I support it for my Uno.
I don't like no
So,
Patriots.
but,
they cheating ass.
It's just something with
something
really
went left,
something went
and I'm just
left,
gonna leave it right there.
and
I ain't scared to talk about it.
I don't know.
That game was rigged, man.
But I know we had this conversation yesterday watching the game, and it just, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of games are rigged.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Whether it's football, basketball, they're paying off the referees, probably paying off some of the owners of the team,
coaches.
the coaches,
God knows who else.
and that's just that's just the
That's
way.
the name of the game.
That's the
in
name of the
that
game.
world.
That money really talks. It really
Yes.
does.
true.
It's a lot of power.
But someone told me, and I'm going to be paraphrasing it real. However, I'm trying to say.
Paraphrase.
Thank you.
Getting
'cause,
tongue-tied.
Yeah, I'm getting tongue tied real bad. But someone came up to my window at work today, and I'm like, what the hell do they want? But she was talking about how the Falcons, the reason why they're having the bad fortune, because luck, I don't like that word, but the bad fortune was where the dome is being built. It used to be two churches,
Two black
historical churches,
Oh,
Mount
wow.
Vernon
See, I didn't know that.
Church and Freedom Baptist Church.
Yes.
Did a lot
And-
of people get killed in them churches?
No.
The history.
The history, like they got bought out. Like I'm looking at this article,
Right.
and Mount Vernon Baptist Church accepted $14.5 million, and then Friendship was probably close around there. It's saying on this article about
The church was over 100 years
100
old.
years old. Right.
Right.
And like I guess basically they wasn't. Those churches should have never been torn down to put
Exactly.
shouldn't have been torn down to put a damn football thing the
Stadium.
dome there,
Yeah.
the stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. And then she was kind of saying something else about because all of that, and was the mayor then, or who was mayor then here back in
The
like
most present mayor.
Kasim. Okay. So like he had his part in this too, probably because he was getting money, I'm
Oh,
sure.
yeah, he got paid off.
And
yeah.
they were saying like it just
Well, let's
What's
talk
gonna
about
be
the
ba-
gentrification.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's
Okay.
what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
I don't
you.
know. From a visual point of view, if you note where that new dome is being built,
The
It's
location.
around Vine City.
North Side, yes, North Side Drive. That's
Mhm.
like the borderline.
Right.
Yeah,
And Martin,
I was
does
just
Martin
about
does
to say that,
MLK
borderline.
come connected
Yeah.
with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at the drawing visually online of that dome, it opens up like the eye. Glass dome.
Yeah.
Okay. But then on the other side, you have the historic black colleges, which was Morris Brown, which is now no longer open, which was the oldest, I'm thinking, black HBCU
It was, yeah. that
college in Atlanta.
Right.
You have Spelman, you have Clark,
was- yeah.
and who else is
It's-
that?
I think those are main
Okay.
three.
I
Yeah.
personally, I was hurt when all this gentrification stuff was going on because I was raised in Nashville, Tennessee, but I've been in Atlanta long enough to see where the energy was very high in that area over there. You were
Right.
just so proud.
A lot
proud
of
as
black
a-
presence over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a woman of color or a black person, period, to see your people
Excel, like.
yeah, just elevating.
Right.
But when those churches were torn down and we saw Morris Brown just deteriorate, it, like I said, it was very, very hurtful. Okay. So that might be the myth behind it, but we also have that seniors place over there. And by the way, that's my other passion. Well, I have 3 passionate populations that I love to deal with, and that's the youth, the elders, and the LGBT community. So you have that seniors place, and I'm not sure if they've taken those people out of that building, but there is no way in hell that those people should be having to suffer when all that money is coming in.
Yep.
Those people should be placed in a space that is presentable. It's just a mess, and it's very hurtful because that whole area over there is symbolic of why I came to Atlanta, to love Atlanta for all the people of color, which I said it's like a black mecca. It made you feel like I can achieve anything I dream.
And
You know?
that name just didn't. It's not called Black Mecca for no reason. There's a
Right.
reason for
There's
that
a reason.
because when I was little and growing up, a lot of black businesses thrived
Yes.
in Atlanta, and it's not the same. It's not the same feeling anymore. A lot of it is moved out, or they've sold it, and they let the value of the Black Mecca go down.
Yes.
That's what I've seen.
Now, I hate the blame game, so I really would like to know y'all's opinion on, I call it solutions. What type of solutions or plans that we on a grassroots level that we could come up with And mainly, some of my thoughts have been to partner with um, some of your organizations out here that are doing great things on a small scale. And I'll just give the shout outs to organization I've been working with for going on 7 years, the Action Not Words Project.
Mm-hmm.
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 And Charlene Edwards is the director and founder of the 501c3 nonprofit, which in the earlier days we visited the seniors home on Edgewood.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Valentine's Day. She's taught them yoga. We also have fed the homeless, given them clothing, the hygiene packages. And then there's the Teen Girls Expo. And I work with Michelle. Gosh, Michelle has her own thing called the Real Chicks Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And she caters to a lot of youth. And a couple of weeks ago, again, I went to the Teen Expo where they had workshops for young girls that ages were about 10 to 17 years old, teaching them how to design their own life.
Mm-hmm.
And they did vision boards. They had the OBGYN female doctor to come to speak to them about their health. You had women entrepreneurs to speak to them. You had this young lady there who was a mathematician. She was only 26 years old. She had already worked with NASA. I was like amazed. But being in that space, you had the parents and you had the people who were invited merged with the young girls. And it was a beautiful thing. So, I just would like to say I want to challenge these rappers, athletes, and preachers to come together with these organizations that I know need funding.
Don't waste your time with that, because they're too much focused on themselves.
Because
very few.
They do have the disposable money. I have the gifts and the skills, and we have the voice to get it out to the people, especially our youth and elders.
They have to be strong enough to want to do it.
These services,
right?
Like I said, with Action Not Words, my friend Charlene Edwards has a farm and a garden that it's located up in Stone Mountain. They will be selling fresh food, fruits and vegetables. It's the farm is being nurtured with love, and it's clean food, and it's just a wonderful thing to know that those of us who are passionate out here are doing something. We're not just sitting back, just letting everything just fall apart.
Right.
And we do this with a lot of heart and passion.
Well, I think that's great, and we definitely need more of that. I know, just Chit Chat Chew show, and just me and Uno as well. We probably have similar passions, but I'm definitely with you with the elder, because our elders are just kicked to the curb. They are,
like nobody give a damn.
And it's just a shame. And I'm talking not only Atlanta, globally. I have an 80-year-old mother, and she has dementia, and wow, I just shared that. I haven't shared that with people, but it's okay. She is not.
Okay.
And I'm taking care of her from a distance.
Okay.
And it is just a shame the way that they treat the elders, as far as making sure that they have like Meals on Wheels, make sure that they're fed, make sure that they're transported where they need to be transported, getting the services. I mean,
just overall taking care
overall their health and wellness. These people, you have to. I mean, I have been pulling teeth until finally, she's now getting something. She's getting something, and it's a start. But
it's
that, like
some organization up there or resource?
Well, it's basically their county of their county of human services, the social worker is finally doing something because they know I live in Atlanta. They know kind of, right now it is a struggle trying to get her here. And plus, when she's used to living where she's lived for so many years, it's hard trying to budge them to get out of that comfort zone to do something else. But there's a start, but just globally, I'm saying, like, it's extreme. And where I do my groups, because I work for National Alliance on Mental Illness, and I do groups. Now, I don't get paid for this. I do it because it's my passion. It comes from my heart and what I want to do, and it's taking time.
We need some funding out there.
And need funding, and I go out now. It used to be every Tuesday, but now it will be every second and fourth Tuesday. I go out and I go to Helene Mills Senior Center, and it's for all ages, but it has a strong emphasis on the seniors that live with the mental health, because seniors are diagnosed with mental illness.
Yes. They go through things
just like anybody else. And so I feel you with that, and that's a passion. Definitely, like I said, the mental health, the homeless is definitely a passion of mine. Being a recovered homeless person myself, shelter and street, the bridge, is very passionate for me, because I want one or two people, that's great with the few people that are doing it, but it still needs to be ongoing year round. Helping these people. Everybody's not out here to scam.
Yeah.
No. Everybody's not begging for money.
True.
And everybody don't have that whatever society think that look is. There's a lot of professional people that are homeless and people don't know.
Right. Until you talk to them.
Right. Just like
what does
a person
look like?
Living with a mental illness. You don't know. Right. People just don't know.
You don't have to walk around doing crazy shit to just say, "Oh, I'm homeless." Like, a person can be normal. Well, whatever society defines as normal. But you never know.
Right. True. So we definitely need to, as a community, people of color, we need to stop fucking complaining. And think outside of yourself, because it's never been about you.
Right.
You have to help. And getting your blessings, how I see it, getting your blessings is more, it's not about you. Right. It's about going out helping others. And you'll get that tenfold.
Right.
The creator gonna give you a blessing. You helping someone else. That's being spiritual.
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all a story. About 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to do haircut on a 92-year-old and a 93-year-old LGBT couple. Okay.
Awesome.
By the way, that's another one of my business, Adair mobile service. Adair's designer cuts, grooming services. Okay, I was briefed on the 92 and 93-year-old that they had been going to Macon, Georgia. The 93-year-old still drives, but had been going to Macon, Georgia to get their hair cut.
Wow.
Okay, and doing their own grocery shopping and everything. So I had that opportunity to go to their home, and it was such a blessing. I received a lot of wisdom, and I just could not believe that they were traveling to Macon, Georgia to get a haircut. So, just listening to their stories, and observing them, like the 93-year-old, she told me she was the alpha female of 15 children. And her first job, she washed sheets and folded them. And then she told me her second job, she was a library assistant. But then she retired at 83 in real estate. So there is a wide population of seniors right now that are going to need resources all over the U.S. And we want to put this out there again. What we do is huge. We do it because we have passion. And it's our purpose. Some people just don't feel like doing the work. You know, again, you mentioned,
But they
being
want the credit
complacent.
though. Yeah, and talk.
And
That's it.
I might sound like I'm about to preach a little bit, but I feel like with churches, be it it's a mega church or a local church, no church around here should be without a food bank, a clothing bank, or some assistance to help someone. Because a lot of times when people are entering the church, they're already feeling some kind of way. And then you just don't want them to leave from that space
Yeah.
and not have received anything.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these systems or things that have been in place which have been traditional have got to be broken down because it's not working for
But it's
our
the
people.
truth. Right. It's
Mhm.
not. You
You
got to
see.
do more.
And I would like to think that we're here because we think outside the box. And again, on the grassroots level, we are doing what we can, but we want to use this platform on this radio show
Mm-hmm.
to do more because we know our people
The ones
originally
suffering.
came from kings and queens.
Queens.
Okay. And then on the mass majority, a lot of times I feel like our communities are sleeping, but we're awake. And it took a
Slowly
minute.
but surely.
And
Awakening.
we're just being authentic and transparent to say, I hadn't always been here to articulate or be able to tell my story. Yeah, I've been homeless,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I've been down and out with the depression. I don't have any parents. Sometimes I just feel, like I'm just to myself. But I have people like y'all who the most high sense, that's who you're relying on. It's like you getting up outside that bed, and we're not trying to tear anybody down, but you're looking at that woman or that man in the mirror,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And when you look at that man or that woman in the mirror, you're going to say to yourself, what can I do today to help my people, number one,
Right.
help myself and carry on from there. That's why I have to stay within to not hear what, Cheeto's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so very true. Yeah. Challenging these now, let me just much respect and thank you for those churches and organizations that are doing something. Thank you very much. We hope that you can continue that. But for those that are sitting on their ass, you need to stop because
They're
there's
not
a lot.
gonna stop. You might
It's just crazy. It's crazy to me when you do from experience once upon a time, and I know other people have experiences too, when once upon a time you might have been down, your luck might have been down and out, and you go into these services or these places and you go to this church and you're not a member, but you're going, and it's like they ask you, are you a member? Okay, you say no. And then it's like they want to try to recruit you. That's not what the person's there for. The person needs assistance. They need help.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to hear, well, you got to go through Bible study or you got to
Sow
go.
your taxes
You got to
and all
sow
that.
your taxes. You got to do. They don't. They're not.
I mean, what?
And at the
It's
end
a
of the day, you
business.
still not even sure you're gonna get that after you did all that.
Right.
So,
Because they're gonna cater to the people that's already part of their church anyway.
and that's kind of strange. I'm not doubting. I'm not knocking church. However, what is up with the ATM machines up in church? What's up?
What is going on? I don't know.
What is-
The creator said
I'm just
nothing
saying.
about that.
I just had to get that
The
out. Okay,
creator
I'm done
said
with that.
nothing about
See-
no damn ATM in no church. He ain't said nothing about praising no y'all white Jesus in the church. He said nothing about that.
But see, this morning I had to pretty much share this with a friend of mine on the East Coast. I told her, I said, look, this world, this space we're in is full of abundance.
Yes.
Look around,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's superficial.
okay?
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yes.
Wait a minute, I say it right?
No, you said illusion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's illusion.
I thought about something my mother would say. Okay, she was shy 2 years before her full retirement.
Mhm.
And I was like, Mom, were you upset that you didn't receive your full time? She was like, no, it would have just been just a few more coins or what have you. And I said, well, are you worried about going hungry or whatever? She's like, no, because I'm going to eat, I'm going to eat like everybody else. So I started thinking about that in the present now. I said, man, if they say, I can't have no food, I'm just going to go in the store and just start eating. What you going to do? You see what I'm saying? That's why I said we need to get up out of that cloud thinking that, oh, God, I'm going to start. I got to go for the stamps. And some people, need the stamps, not knocking that. But this world is full of abundance. And we have to elevate each other, but we have got to crack this cloud, release it.
Self-absorbed.
Yeah.
A lot of people self-absorbed. That's the problem. A lot of selfishness in the world.
Yeah.
It's not caring about humanity. It's like, the hell with you, I'm for myself.
I wanted to go on, have y'all's thoughts on about those ministers meeting with
Trump?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, we need to talk about that. Them coons meeting with Trump.
See, I'm tired of name calling or whatever.
But it's the truth. It's the truth.
Well, my take on it is, okay.
What solution they're going to get out of it? Okay, after you meet with Trump, now what?
Well, I'm not even thinking on solutions. I'm thinking like, okay, if you saying that you're going to be a voice for the inner city, okay, or represent me, then you have not consulted with me nor the masses of the people. Y'all are going into those private meetings. Okay. So I didn't hear you saying, okay, I called John Lewis to go in that meeting. Somebody from the NAACP, policymakers who know the law.
Right.
You're just a minister going in there, and you coming out. And so I just kind of saw a good clip on YouTube with that one minister, I don't know his name, and he and Roland Martin were talking to each other, and Roland Martin was like, okay, what's the plan? The guy
That's what I'm
stood
saying.
up there and said, we tweaking the plan. Okay, well, that's not going to work.
Tweaking what plan?
People in today's time like us, we're awakened, so don't play us.
Yeah, don't bullshit us, man. We see right through that. No bullshit.
Right, straight up. But again, you cannot go in on anybody's turf. I'm going to Chicago to do this to the inner city.
No, you can sow with the community first.
Exactly.
Ain't no going to no neighborhood.
Right
neighborhood
there.
To what? What you think you finna accomplish?
You have to have a plan, and you have to consult with those people who know the laws and make policies. Just the whole. You have to go in with a team,
right?
Okay, because that one individual or that
it's not gonna
team
cut
of
it.
ministers don't know everything. You don't know what's going on in my neighborhood.
Right.
You hadn't set foot over here.
Right.
You see, and I don't know what's going on in your neighborhood.
Right.
But before you go in there and say your voice that, you need to consult.
Right. These have a common ground and understand each other, so then you could take that next step.
Right. Right.
That's how you do it.
Right.
But hey, everybody's in it for themselves. That's just what that is. Because ain't nothing came out of that. Because we still in the same predicament.
Right.
Our community, we still struggling. We still going through the adversities in society. So nothing has changed. So that's a whole nother story. But so I want you to reiterate though, like just for the listeners. I know you spoke a little bit about the organizations that you're involved in, or
that I work.
Yeah, that you worked with. Can you just reiterate, like, just all the organizations that you work with? Just kind of.
Well, I've worked with.
Just name something that you're working with at the moment.
Well, on a day-to-day basis,
Mm-hmm.
I'm working with these young men mainly that are out here in this community, being a mentor. Okay. I'm working on launching my mobile service with grooming and art therapy. And like I said, the Teenage Expo event, I attended that. I missed out on one that I most recently went to. Okay, in the LGBT community, I was invited by one of my clients um, to this event that was a fundraiser for children that have AIDS called Heroes.
Okay.
And the event was at Center Stage, and you had Nene, who was the host from Housewives of Atlanta, and Michelle, what's her name? Um, the singer.
Michelle Williams.
No,
She with Destiny Child.
no, Michelle Chris.
Oh, Chrisette Michelle.
Head, no.
Who?
Wait a
You
minute.
said Michelle. There's only two: Chrisette Michelle, Michelle Williams.
Oh, okay then. Well, maybe I'm mistaken.
It
I
might
don't
be
know
one
their
on.
names.
It might be one on.
Well, anyway, I was proud to see that they were there for the cause, and that event was hosted by this
It
guy.
must be K Michelle.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay, yeah, it's the third. It is the
Okay,
third
then.
Michelle. Sorry about that.
Correct.
You're
Okay, it was hosted by this guy by the name of Antonio Brown, and I was really proud to see that the LGBT men in the community to get together and put together a cause like that. And I really wish that I would have seen more women there, but I'm proud of them. And so, they raised over $5,000 and they gave it to the organization. And the lady over the organization named the scholarship after the guy who hosted it.
Okay.
So, I'm just kind of open to, like I said, anything that deals with youth, elders, and the LGBT. And, that's that.
That's awesome right there.
So tell us, we touched on you doing the barbering and touched on the art. Now, the poetry side.
All right. I was going to give y'all a little something.
We'll go right ahead.
Hey, you can
the
give
mic's
us some
open.
right
the
now.
mic's open.
I like that music that
That intro
you
I
were
was
playing.
playing,
Yes,
yeah.
Uno.
I made that a few years ago.
Well, can you replay that while I'm, going to a little piece?
Okay, I can do that. Okay,
can we
you
do-
ready to do it now?
Well, it's
Or
one
we
piece.
just wait till you break down because you want to know about the poetry kind of.
Well, okay, I'll just go into how it came about. Poetry or words. Believe it or not, English was my worst subject. If you saw my transcript, you would see F's.
Yeah, it's the same with me.
And
I sucked in English.
the only reason why I got those F's and cared less about English or math is because I loved making the A's in the arts. So, okay, I took some classes in writing skits in college. And so I found myself, being placed in small groups, but I had to describe words, on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun to me. And also, I wanted to express that I was used as a guinea pig at my school, Tennessee State University, in the communication department where Oprah went to school also. So I found myself wandering up there and writing, again, little skits or words for people. Mm-hmm. So in healing process, I think it was in 1994, I had lost my grandmother, who I was really, really close to. I just started expressing myself in words. It was just like all of a sudden I would find myself doodling on paper, napkins, what have you, and I could just hear or feel the words, and they just kind of started to rhyme. Mm-hmm. That's just how it happened. So, okay, another one of my corporate jobs was that I had worked for a major newspaper here in the graphics department. So we go back to me being in that car accident. I gathered all my words that I was typing, which was a lot of my poetry, and I just had the dream I wanted to put together a book. And yeah, I had sent some of my poetry out to some of these publications and got rejection notice, but you can't reject me because I'm going to turn that negative around into
Yeah.
a positive.
Right.
And before you knew it, I put together my first book without a budget. And I had my friends who helped edit it. You know, they crossed the dots and the T's, what have you. And 2010, February 2010, I had, oh man, it's February again.
How
I published my
coincidence.
first book.
Right.
And then I turned around in, let me see, 2012 and 13, I started to work on two books at the same time. And I was able to publish my second one through a publishing company. But I won't, again, I'll just always publish it the way I published the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I found out that most self-publishing companies rip you off.
Yeah.
And I've always studied Prince, who was my favorite artist, and how he dealt with business in the art field to see that I could do this by myself.
Right. You know, he emphasized a lot on black artists protecting their music too.
Right.
So
I studied him. You know, that's my heart.
hey, Prince is the man now.
Yes.
Forever he will be. So you wanted to go ahead and do a poetry piece? I can
Yeah.
put the music on and then I'll let you do your thing.
So we about to hear a poetry piece by Phyllis, y'all. Y'all better listen up.
Here we go. Hold on now. Let me get this music cranking first.
Okay.
And while we're doing that, just when she's done, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure after the piece, if you want to call in, you can do so by calling 404-474-0080. Download that app, AWDIO, search Chit Chat Chew Show, or our LGBTQ community. Go to www.gaytvatl.com.
All right. So I got this song queued and we're going to start it.
Am I? First, I am a child of God. I am spirit and matter formed physically into a black woman. I am many faces. I can do many things. I have been a child to experience many mind-boggling events from the past. I am a dreamer whose faith has risen me from my circumstances and survived. I am a sister, friend, teacher, wise, gentle soul, sensitive and caring. I'm an artist who has painted many pictures in my mind and on canvas of my life and others. I am now a middle-aged adult soul searching, seeking a special place in existence on this place called Earth. I am special, spiritual, political, erotic, courageous, intelligent, artsy, love.
Nice. All right, y'all. All right. Hey. All right. If y'all didn't catch that, y'all gonna catch it on the replay. I promise y'all.
Okay, I'll give y'all one last one later on in the program.
Okay. Sound good to me.
All right. So I know we talked on the phone about the Women's March.
Okay.
I want to talk on that because I know you were saying when you was there wasn't a lot of black women present, although it was a women's march. And when you think women's march, you think of all shades of women in that sort of environment. So
Yes.
tell me what that was like being there at the Women's March.
Okay. At first, I thought it was going to be rained out. I wanted to go to the one in D.C., but just couldn't make it. So, all right, I took the train to Civic Center to walk on down. The route was towards the Civil Rights Museum. So I'm walking and I'm just observing, but I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting all these people. But as I moved into the crowd, I just kind of was just like observing and scanning the crowd. And I was like, my goodness, it's mostly Caucasian people. All right. So as I was just positioned there and we were waiting for the march to start, of course, John Lewis was speaking, but, I wasn't able to get up close to him. But I was just starting to take pictures around me of the different signs and everything. But the more and deeper I got into that crowd, I felt like a fly on the wall because the majority of the population was white women. And white women from all ages and a lot of young women with babies and baby carriages in their hand. And then, I paid attention to the signs and I was like, oh my goodness, most of these signs are just like really cussing, I don't call his name, but Cheeto out, it's no end. So, let's see. Okay, the march began, and this is what really threw me under the bus, is to hear these chants like, this is what democracy looks like. But the one that got to me most is when I saw them with their fists raised and saying, Black Lives Matter. And they seem to be...
That's not a good look. I'm sorry.
It threw me under the bus, but to just see them raise their fists and they seemingly were sincere, or maybe they was putting on a front.
I thought they were putting on a front, but that's just how I feel about it.
But how I think this all came about is after Cheeto was elected, then they felt the crunch like black people did about how everything is affecting them. And the signs that I read and seeing that they were mostly young women with children, the key thing subject was coming up was like healthcare and dealing with Planned Parenthood. So
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Okay, so it had affected them. So okay, we did the march, but when we got to the end, it was just like everybody just filtered on out. Oh yeah, and they were wearing those pink hats. And I found out those pink hats were knitted by, I'm not sure what organization or what group, but they were distributed out. But it was just like a symbol of rebelling against, Cheeto.
Cheeto.
So
I'm going to ride off you on that and call him Cheeto.
Yeah. So again, I was walking with these two older women of color, and one woman of color, she was a survivor of cancer, and she was sharing her story with me. And then there was another one there, she was just taking photographs and everything, just taking it all in. But I was just totally shocked, and I really kind of pondered, why weren't we more present?
Right.
That still haunts me.
A few weeks ago,
because we're affected, trust me. But again, I feel like we have to awaken, become more awakened, and have more conversations and stuff like what we're doing. Expose ourselves, engage, and educate, and empower each other.
Right.
And that's across the board.
That's the only thing we'll get anything accomplished unless we do that.
The whole black family.
Yeah.
And you keep hearing me say grassroots, because when I'm in my meditation, see, I'm the generation that's coming up off of the civil rights movement privileges. And when I reflect being a Southerner, on what was happening in my childhood. And Nashville, Tennessee was one of the hot spots for the civil rights movement. I was only like, and y'all can just calculate. No, I'm just kidding. When Dr. King died, there were like the riots and just a whole lot of tears and pain in the atmosphere. And I was just like, what is happening? Just what can we do to make it better? And there were no answers. So I'm feeling like the more marches, that keeps it exposed, okay? But then there could be trouble with violence sometimes, but eventually it's going to turn into something new, and I'm hoping better. But again, my people, we're going to have to wake up. And and I got off sidetrack because I wanted to go back like with my grandmother, back in childhood. They believed in the village. Okay, in our today's time, being that we're all over from different places, I feel like finding our tribe.
Yeah.
Find your tribe or your people that you can click with when you're down and out, that they will be there, ride or die.
Right.
If you need something to eat or you need a shoulder to cry on.
Right.
And I say
or
that. Or
even shelter. It's always
Exactly. So, back then, how I feel like I got into this being an activist is when I remember when there was voting time in my elementary school, we used to help my grandmother spread out them little long lawn chairs, give the people lemonade, the fans, the elders fans, and what have you. And, they had the voters thing, and then my grandmother used to own a electric 225. And I would have to drive her around to her friend's house to check in on them, go and get their medicine, go to the grocery store. That's what's solid. So in today's time, we came here, got jobs or whatever, and then now some of us had some hard times or whatever, gotten older or lost our parents.
Yeah.
You may have felt alienated, but what has happened to me, just my own testimony, God saw fit to send my soul sisters to me to help lift me up. And I'm thankful for that. But as we see that the next generations coming through, they're going to need these sources. We have to be solid about them, because now it's just not going to be about civil rights, women's rights, or LGBT rights. It's going to be about human rights.
Yep.
Okay.
I was just going to say that. Human rights.
Human rights.
That's what we should have been fighting for in the beginning, though.
Exactly.
Human rights.
But when you go to see that movie about James Baldwin, you will gather a lot more history to know that in America, it was built on the backs of black people.
Right.
Okay? And we have just gotten so pounded on and just beat out. And sometimes I feel like maybe we didn't show up at the march because we're tired. We get tired. Okay?
Yeah, that's why I say it must be a reason. It's like, what is the point? They feel like maybe it just...
But they want us to be tired. But that's why I said...
But we can't give up, though.
No, that's why I said we're going to keep on rooting them Falcons. Okay?
Right, I'm going to keep rooting them Falcons. I ain't giving up on the Falcons. And that's what it is. But it's just in general, as black women, we have to be a stronghold.
Exactly.
We can't give up on each other. We have to be that rock for each other.
And see, that's the family I come from. Strong black women.
No matter what.
No matter what. It was like we would hold each other's hands to lift you up. Oh,
how you doing, sister? Everything okay, sister?
And in grassroots in my family line, there are women, the younger women who have their own business, like making cakes, doing hair, caretakers. You see,
that go into economics.
Exactly. There is no reason why we shouldn't have like these types of businesses or these resources coming out of our communities.
Right, because there's so many talented
but we
people.
have to reach back to our children.
Right.
Okay, that's why I still lean with youth. They're more or less like sponges,
Yeah.
you know. And then we have to be accountable or responsible for helping our elders.
That's true.
Okay, and where I find the strength most is in the LGBT community. Well, hey, we be riling up. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we
Right.
fight. Some people might interpret that as, we our trip or whatever. No, I've been in Atlanta when we didn't have no LGBT right, the black LGBT rights. Everything was the white pride.
Right.
Black pride came out of the white pride. And
Right.
I have been in that space marching down Peachtree Street, shaving my hair off or what have you, coming from a small Bible Belt hometown to figure out what the hell is going on with my sexuality, but to get involved with small pockets and circles of women who came from other southern cities here to pursue their pursue their profession or seek a safe space with their lifestyle, and then we just kind of grew.
Yeah.
Atlanta being the second major city
One of the
of
biggest gay
LGBT,
cities ever. Yeah.
and it's important for the straight community to know it's just not about the LGBT is not just about partying and sex.
But
There's
you know
some
what?
very passionate people out here.
But see, by what you just said at the end, a lot of times the LGBT overshadows that because you see a lot of advertisement of clubs and partying, and that's not what LGBT is strictly about. It's more than just clubbing and partying and having a good time and doing
Let me
crazy
bring
stuff.
another older they're not old, but
And
organization.
see, when people look at that, they think that's what we about.
Yes, they painted that profile,
right.
that stereotype.
Right.
But ZAMI is another organization here, and the founder of it is Marianne. I just went to a concert last month. They raised money for aging lesbians. Okay. They also raise money for scholarships to give it to young people. And another one of my clients, her name is Jocelyn Lyles. I've been knowing her ever since I came here to Atlanta. I looked up to her and her team players. They provided an outlet in the day, which was very professional, which was called Women of Color, that used to have business expos for lesbians, mental and psychiatric sessions for women who needed help dealing with relationships or dealing with losing a spouse, just many different things. And the beauty of them is that they at the Colony Square Hotel, they had a major expo where they incorporated all the other minorities, the Native Indians, Italians. That's how it was in the early 90s here in Atlanta. But somehow we got tagged as a party city. We used to have 2 and 3 days for artists to show their works, or the
Right.
poetry slams, or
All kinds of
even
art.
to recognize men and women who had transitioned from age, to pay tribute to their lives, education.
Right.
Okay, so we lost the funding. They lost a lot of the funding, but I really wanted to kind of help expose Atlanta for more than just being that party city. Yeah, it's fun,
Some of our
but
community do focus more on that
yeah,
lane.
if that's all is being presented to them, but they didn't. The thing is, if you don't know the history, then it's just what you see in your face.
And even if they know the history, like they just don't care. They just go along with whatever
Yeah,
they think LGBTQ represents. But see,
Right.
as a community, we have to find a way.
and again, this platform here is sharing that information, and I'm grateful.
Right. What you gotta
I
say?
gotta say something. Go
ahead.
Woo!
Tell.
I totally get
Because
what
I knew you gonna say something. I knew it. Go ahead.
no, but in all fairness, I totally hear what Phyllis is saying because we need to bring it back. But what I've seen in the almost 7 years, and I know I have not been here as long, but I've been here long enough that I have been very active in the LGBT community as well, because I've been to those prides and was a vendor and speaking on mental illness and doing this, that, and the third. But what I've been noticing, and yes, it would be nice to stop portraying Atlanta as the partying and having sex and this is just all we do as the LGBTQ ABC community.
Yeah.
But we need to get along with each other, and I'm going to keep saying that until I see different.
Right.
We don't get along with each other.
Yeah.
Like it's cliquish.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Is.
It's cliquish to me.
It
not
is.
Everybody, but I'm just basing it on my experience where I can go. I'm a part of Zammy. How you say it? Thank you. And I have my personal things where I'm almost about to let that group go just based on personal experience, and I'm not going to put that out because I'm not that type of sis. But we need to first of all, self-love, honey. We need some self-love.
Yeah.
We need some self-respect. We need some self-respect. We need to learn to respect each other because we are unique and different in our LGBT community, but half of the time, me and Uno have gone to prides, and we don't come in there thinking we be who we are. We're authentic.
We just us. That's it.
We speak and we get looked at like, why are you speaking to me? Like,
or if we try to get involved, they don't want to reach out. They act funny with you. They're like, oh, if you're not part of this clique, then we're not gonna pay you no attention.
And I'm not saying that it don't happen all over, and I'm not trying to gang up on Atlanta by no means, because I'm a Philly girl, Jersey by Ware, California.
Y'all heard me say you have to find your tribe.
Right, yeah, right. So yes, you have to find the tribe.
Your tribe.
Right, and right now, the tribe before Uno and with Uno,
it ain't there.
It's not there. It's not. It's not there. So we're taking other avenues
to find
that right tribe. But it's a shame that we don't get along. But then we have the audacity to look at the white pride.
Question: why do you think? Why the whys?
I think some of us has gotten so damn bougie. Why? Bougie, or they have a little class or status about themselves, and I don't know if they think they above or better. Or I don't know, maybe they're fearful of perhaps opening
to a new person,
to a new get out your box self. I don't know, but it's disappointing. It's uncomfortable and disappointing knowing where I've come from different cities. Not saying there wasn't challenges there, but it's like trying to start something, and then I feel like it's almost, well, I don't know if they think me or whoever is going to take the shine off of them, so they run their mouth, and then, I promise you, it has happened to me. I have started things, wanted to start things, wanted to network and or collaborate, and I guess I was a new kid on the block, and they was just like, no, she can't do that. So let's put the word out, so to speak, bump her out, but let's take her idea like we did it, and then make it happen. I want us all to eat and all to prosper. Honestly, I don't think I'm above, nor I know I'm not above, I know I'm not below. I want balance. I want us to be able to work together, though I know everybody can't work together. And so you saying the tribe thing, this is something that we're working on. Because if you come with me with that nonchalant shit, my Philly come out.
I keep that shit moving. I ain't got time.
I just
'Cause
I
be
just
ready to
don't
cut
have
somebody
time
out.
for that.
I just keep it moving.
But
I don't have time.
I do agree there should be some unity and
It needs
all
to be
of
a
what
common ground. Damn,
Phyllis-
we all gonna have differences.
all
but
of
we
what
gotta
Phyllis was talking about.
We gotta have. We still gotta have a common ground though. Fuck all these differences. We all gonna be different, but we need to have some common ground and work for. Cause we got a big
Well,
cause
what-
that we
what-
gotta tackle.
What's your idea of what brings that together besides me just sitting over here saying, seek your tribe?
Well, bring all that together.
Like we keep emphasizing a plan, just some pointers.
I don't know. Can we have a
Let's have a conversation first. Let's start off with that. First
can we
and
have
foremost.
a powwow, as I like to say? Can we actually get in a room together?
So when we
Well,
conversate and
think
then we
about
have
it
to,
like
Oh,
with
have a
women
convers-
of color, we're strong women, and some of us can be, what I want to say, articulate. It comes over. It may be interpreted that, you got an attitude or whatever. Like, I've been accused of being a radical. I'm not radical. My voice is with authority, or I might
it's
be
strong.
accused being bossy.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't mention this. I've been in the military, so I'm trained. So okay, unless you kind of sit there and just kind of like we're being transparent, then you can get a feel. But if you find yourself just wrestling or struggling with someone, you can just back yourself out and say this tribe or this individual or this space is not for me, and you keeping it moving, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
You're right.
I can't.
Absolutely.
I can't. I have learned just in life, whether it's LGBT or not, that if it's not fitting me, I gotta back off. Because then I'll get really self-absorbed and go up in my head and might go off, probably more than likely. So I don't want to be there in that space because that's negative space. I can use good energy
that.
and channel it
Yeah.
some other way.
And that goes for me too. Using that energy and channel to something positive. So
Now,
you just focus on that.
if there's some young people out here listening, or anyone, I just like to make sure I put these 7 P's out here,
Mhm.
like
Go ahead.
principles
Mhm.
that I have, and kind of describe how I come up. I kind of live by them myself,
Mm-hmm.
personally. Okay, if you're out there, please have a pen and paper and jot it down, and I'm open. You can ask me questions about it. Okay, the first one is power. And power is to believe that you can dream. Okay, you can do this. Having that power. Okay, number 2 is praying. Praying for the vision. Okay, just sitting back, meditating, and letting something inside of you, because everybody has something to contribute here in this space and time. Everybody. That's my belief. Next thing is plan. You have to plan it, like you mentioned.
Right.
A blueprint. You got to have a map. You got to
Yes,
follow it.
right.
Okay. And I think that's like a weakness in our area, our community. Yeah, we have everybody wants to do this and that and the other, but you got
There's
to
no
have that
blueprint.
plan. If you call yourself gonna be a voice or represent youth, elders, LGBT, the black community, whomever, you have got to have a plan, and you're gonna get questioned. Okay. Because if that plan ain't fitting your tribe, you're going to dismiss them or get called the names and be gone.
Right.
Patience. Okay, you're going to have obstacles. Anything worth fighting for, you just got to hang in there. Okay. Persistent. Nothing can stop you. Again, like I said, I've been in the military. It was just like, man, I'm tired of this, but I didn't give up. Or I've been an athlete, so it's just like, man, if we lost this game, we still got to get up and
Try again.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Being positive. Yeah, it can be negative, and you got to have tough skin out here. You have got to turn that negative into a positive no matter what. It's like, okay, it hit me. How can I just find something somewhere just to turn it into a positive? Because like I said, when I wrote them books, it was like, oh, you ain't this, all this other kind of talk. When my hands went down, I was still typing with that one finger. I was crying and boo-hooing. I couldn't even hold toilet paper. But somehow I just said, I got to get to the next stage. Okay? The key thing is profit. Everybody want to make some kind of coin off of whatever you do at this point.
Right.
You can still get out here and volunteer from your heart. But like you were saying, we need the funding to do this because you're seasoned and got the credentials and know what you're doing. So, you still would do your volunteer and give away, but you have value in what you do. So you want to profit and, get rewards or, and it's self-gratification. So those are the 7 P's that I try to live by, through my journey.
Those some great P's too to live by. I think our race need to live by that. I mean, yeah, because that's definitely a way to keep you on track.
Yeah.
Focus, tunnel vision. That's what we need right now. We have to be focused because it's not a game out here.
You're right. What they
We
say,
have to be
the
serious.
struggle is real.
The struggle is real. We got to be serious about it. We can't be playing around. There's no time to play around. We don't have that kind of time at all. So we got to make something work.
Some shake.
So now I know you got your hands in all kinds of stuff. The arts, barbering, hairstyling, being the activist in the community. Now, which one would be your top? Like, what you more passionate about, or is it equal? And if so, why?
Okay. People used to come to me all the time like, how many things are you doing? And that used to bother me. But in my meditation or what have you, it's just like when I am called upon to do something I love all of them. If I find myself cutting hair, and I was doing that earlier, I'm in my zone. That's what I'm doing. All right? I just had a breakthrough a couple of days ago to finally paint something for year 2017. Then I'm in it. Okay? Mentoring, that just comes natural. So it's like naturally I'm just utilizing. I found a balance within me that I can pause, and it's like driving. Let me go down this street. Let me do this. So they all flow naturally. And I have to stay in prayer to ask the Most High to show me the way. And I had this elder that came to me not too long ago. She was telling me I'm some type of messenger or what have you. And I just say, I just feel like these gifts that come through me are like blessings for other people.
Right.
And so that's basically, there's no measurement. It's just whatever I'm called to do.
You just going with it.
I go with
whatever the Creator
presents
to you. You
Yes.
just follow in that purpose.
So what do you like to do in your spare time, and do you incorporate everything that you just said into your personal life?
What do I like to do in my spare time?
Right. Like what do you like to do?
I love to travel.
Okay.
And incorporating something I do in my gifts. I went to Miami to experience Art Basel, and it was like a 3 or 4 day experience, nothing but art, restaurants, boutiques, people, just the epitome of the art life. But I love to travel. I've had the opportunity to travel to 2 countries, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. I went there to teach my first barbering class to a population of about 40 women, all walks of life. They were from different places like Puerto Rico. When I say all walks of life, I had some Muslims in class, just the whole 9 yards. That was fun. I went to the Dominican Republic in 2010 to do charity work at a house for children. And that was an eye opener. That was the experience that let me know that I will do whatever I can for children for the rest of my life. Okay, I like to fish.
Nothing wrong
I'm
with
a
that.
pretty simple earthy girl. I like to walk around barefoot. I like to wear overalls, and I love riding motorcycles and my scooter.
Okay.
Okay.
I like walking around in parks. Um, I like what else? Going to the movies. Uh, People watching. I like engaging with people. Even though I'm having this interview here, I'm really kind of shy. Nobody will ever know that except for my friends.
Yeah.
So
You're doing a good job. Can't tell.
yeah, but I'm pretty much a simple, earthy, free spirited chick, boss.
Okay. So after doing all your charities, volunteering, mentoring, traveling, nature, and all that, when it's just time to wind down after all of that,
Mhm.
what's you say you're simple. So what's good for you? What's simple for you? Just winding down.
Okay.
Just you.
Um, Sometimes I don't know if I know how to turn it off, but I do. How I find that I can bring it on down is I like to light candles and go into meditation and chat with the Most High and chat with our ancestors. Like I said, I don't have any parents anymore, so I have to rely on the spiritual realm.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody can relate to that, to help give me guidance, because a lot of times the human can let you down.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
So,
times.
I do a lot of meditation. I don't know, the best way to describe that is listening to music or reading and just tuning in.
Mm. Okay.
What kind of books you like to read? Like, what's your favorite books? You into science fiction? You into Black history books? You into health awareness books? Like, what kind of books you into?
I like a lot of different types of books, but up front, I would say I love Black history books.
Oh yeah.
And all of that comes from going to HBCU school, Tennessee State University, because when I was in high school and junior high, they didn't teach us anything about being black. But I was just so amazed at the inventions that our people had come up with. And, we had done a lot of great things. So I like to read erotic books because, I just have this visual mind. Visual minds, what have you. I like to go in the art store. It's like toy store.
Mm-hmm.
Looking around at paints. I don't have to be buying anything. Like, it just excites me. I like
Right.
record stores. Well, they don't even exist anymore, do they?
It's very few. Very few
Yeah.
that exists. But that is where it's at, though.
Yeah.
A lot of collectibles in there.
Yeah. So, and I like to read a lot of books about African American women, like Dorothy Dandridge, Nina Simone, Maya Angelou, Angela Davis, who was my favorite. I say Nikki Giovanni, people like that.
Okay. Yeah, well, see, what resonated with me when you said Black history books, cause I'm into a lot of that too, reading books like that. Just about our history, from Babylon to Timbuktu, Elijah Muhammad, How to Eat to Live. What's another book? What's the other one called? Wait a minute. This one called what's it called? Something. Wait a minute, because I actually got a book in my bag. This one is by W.E. Du Bois. It's called The Souls of Black Folk. Yeah,
Okay.
so I mean, it just varies. It's a lot of stuff I like to read just on Black history. Let's see, lot of comedic history. Um, lot of Native American history. Asiatic, that whole history, like
Yeah.
so many. I mean, so many layers. Like you said, we got so much great history. It's so much to learn. It's like
I got an
endless.
offbeat question for you. You ever felt like you've been reincarnated?
Yeah.
Okay. If so, what era?
Ooh. Oh.
See, I can get deep on you.
What era? I would have to say. I don't know what resonate with me is that the Moorish era.
And see
Like,
me, the Egyptians.
yeah.
The Egyptians.
Native.
All right. So, okay. This is a
Yeah.
good combo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, trio.
Yeah.
So this, as we know, they want to give us our little 1 month for Black History,
Which is 365.
Black History
Why is there a
Month.
time limit on Black History?
Because those folks,
I mean, I know the answer, but I said it to be sarcastic.
I know.
Yeah.
those folks want to still control. But again, after you see I Am Not Your Negro by James Baldwin in today's time, you will wrap your mind around why the whys, and he's describing that man was very, very powerful. I believe they just wanted to continue to brainwash or what I want to say, not have us to know the truth. But I felt like after that 9/11 event happened, I was totally awakened. Okay, I felt like I've always been awakened, but
that,
I ain't
that
sleeping
really
for
opened
nothing.
you wider to what's
Yeah.
going on behind scenes. You're looking past what you see in the front. It's more of what's inside.
And then the Most High gives it to me in my dreams.
If you got your third eye open,
Is
you
that
can
what?
see it.
Yeah.
You see straight through it.
Yeah.
I mean, what you think about? I know you were saying something about Black History, the 1 month, and like, I mean, what's your thoughts on that, Jay?
I mean, it's year round. It's 365 days a year. I mean, I've just kind of always felt like, those folks designating it to just
That's
1
a
month.
Control.
It is control. It's a control thing. It's a mental slavery.
Right.
Yeah. I couldn't put words on it, but then that's why we're using our voices and its platform. And I want to yell this out loud. Wake up, my people.
It's time.
Wake
Like, you
up.
gotta shake the shit out of this. Wake up.
Wake up. Read. Our young people,
Yes.
if you don't feel like reading, please Google.
Ain't
On
no
my social
excuse.
network almost every day, I'm posting something that's about our people, because trust and believe, and I say it with passion, strength, my everything. We came from kings and queens.
Queens.
Came from greatness.
This whole calling us bees and ends
No.
and hoes and all the disrespectful stuff that you hear.
No, don't get
Just
me wrong. We all been gifted at that, so let's not act like we haven't. But
Oh,
we gotta get out of that. The
What?
words, the using those words. I'm quite sure
Well, you can
sometimes we
still
all
use,
been.
but hey, I like to cuss every now and then.
Me too.
But
I like the cuss.
the fact is,
I mean,
that
I like the cuss. I just that whole, honestly, I got to be honest. I never used the N word as much as I have here.
we just got to
And
get
I
our
don't- I
young
just- I
people to
don't like
channel that energy that's pent up. They just don't know. They
What to
don't
even
know.
do, where to go,
Right.
nothing.
And
No direction.
again, and earlier we were talking about how they've taken the arts out of the schools. Okay, we have to have, like, perhaps the schools that are closed on the weekends. Maybe they can open them up. I don't know what the procedure would be. I thought we were going to get the YMCA's open more. Somewhere we need sources where these youth can channel their energy.
Right.
At this point, I want to distribute my gifts back into some of these youth.
Right.
So that if they can't go to college and pay all that money, at least they'll have a skill.
That's true.
That's
Okay?
true. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about solutions. I'm not talking about trying to bring us down. Oh, you girl, you ain't gonna be nothing this, that, and the other. You know, I feel like a lot of the teen crime that we have these days, which is involved not only the male youth but women too.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Is that
Oh yeah.
they need something to do. They need guidance, and I hate it when people just like want to just tear them down. If they don't have a place where they can go get a job, okay, you say if they wanted to work at McDonald's, okay, well that's going to take up their whole check, the MARTA. Why not some corporation like McDonald's give them a MARTA card to get to work for the basic minimum wage?
Yeah.
Okay,
True.
these kids, the youth, they see all this gear stuff and all this stuff those other brands on TV put out, and that's what they want. What they see is what they want.
And a lot of times they invest in that because that's what they're wearing.
Right.
Because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Exactly. And we have to guide them back to being able to get a job and teaching them some of this history to help get them
be
on track.
productive.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned with black people, there's no excuse why we can't be a successful race. There's no excuse no more. It's too much information, it's too much knowledge, it's too much it's much
Abundance.
It's abundance. So I mean, what we going that's the thing. Like we were saying this we have our conversation. This a course of action. What is the plan? You're gonna execute something. What we gonna do? Because while we sit here talking, I mean, there's nothing happening. Because like you said with the teens, I mean, they're out here doing whatever they doing, and then people tearing them down because they did this or they committed that. But finding solutions.
Really, that's a cry out for help.
Right, but no one's listening. People gotta listen.
Well,
like
hopefully,
why they can't just try to relate? Like you said, it's not about just you. This is about everybody. So if the youth, if they are crying out for help, so if that's the case, then people need to just fucking get off their high horse, kill the ego and listen what they gotta say.
Well, I would like to challenge some of these folks out here got the coins to come forth to the radio station, or again, my number is 678-851-2947.
Y'all reach out to Phyllis so get something going.
And my email is par.art.llc@gmail.com to get with me. I have plenty leaders who are passionate about what they are doing, like I said, on the grassroots level.
Right.
And those of us who want to do more, but we do need funding because we're giving all what we got even if it's for free.
Black folks are the biggest spending power in America.
So,
and could you please buy black?
Please.
True that.
I believe that's funny. We just not putting the money in the right places.
Yeah.
If we the biggest spending power, then what is that? What do we need funding for then?
Again, just channel.
I know they condition because
I would say
they spend on
break
everyone else.
That mold that we got to go get all those white people labels.
We have to learn to be self-reliant, independent. If we got, hey, we supposed to be kings and queens. We supposed to be the mighty race. We supposed to be great. You can't keep, wanting a handout. We gotta take responsibility. Yeah, we gotta work.
So doing something about it is being more accountable.
Responsible.
Reaching back, helping those who want to be helped.
Yeah.
You see.
Yes, because everyone does not want to be helped.
And
That's
you just
true.
don't worry about it. Channel
Gotta
your
keep it
energy
moving.
into those that do.
Mm-hmm. And can we stop? I think we already said it, but I'm going to reiterate it anyway. Can we stop always expecting or look for freebies? Like you go out to the Y. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Y.
The Y, and you just go spend your rent.
That's ridiculous.
But when it comes to buying black, you expect either free or those deep
Oh, them
discounts.
hookups. You want them hookups.
Or the hookups.
Yeah.
Stop.
Or their brand is not as popular or valued
Right, because it's
as
not a
white
Michael
brand.
Kors or a Gucci or what's the other ones? Louis Vuitton.
And True Religion.
Y'all
all
True
that stuff.
Religion.
Y'all promoting them. What about us?
What about the Judith that's on here? Judith is listening through audio, and thank you so much, because she was Facebooking me and asking how she can get on, how she could listen on the show. So thank you, Judith, so much for listening. I won't say your last name because I want to just respect that, but thank you. Her soaps, which I have purchased, are excellent. They smell good, they look good. Okay, I've put pictures on my Facebook. And how about Swirls by Jade?
Yes.
Chit Chat Chew has
Support
soap.
that. Yes, we have
Soaps.
Yes.
Working on our line as well. Support us. Support
B.O.B.
Phyllis. Support
Okay,
all
I
these
forgot to tell
B.O.B.
y'all, I'm working on product line for men's beards.
Okay. See.
Cool.
Okay, and also wearable art. I'm now in the lab putting art on, custom made, art on shirts, hats, jeans, you name it.
Right.
If you want to give me a garment, I could do it for you.
Definitely.
That's
Like,
what we
support
need,
us.
man.
We do hard labor. We do hard work. We're
Yeah.
passionate about what we do. And I'm speaking in general. It's safe to say that we all put in our love in whatever our craft is.
We put
And
our heart, energy, all that.
support us and stop looking for the hookup, because it's not going to happen.
I used
Uno and Jade ain't doing no damn hookup.
No hookups. we
Really? I'm sorry.
we're
Go ahead.
valued, so you got to respect it.
Right.
The same
You have
with-
to,
with
right. You
what
have to
you're
respect
doing.
that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't mind doing discounts or what have you, but at this point, the value is what we do. We have to profit, be it we can pay a phone bill, a utility bill,
Right.
what have you. We're here to do our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, you got another poem for him?
Okay, we're gonna do
Yeah.
another poem,
Okay.
and then after
You got that music?
Yeah, I got
So-
the music. I got it on deck.
All
At-
right.
Go ahead and play it. So.
after Phyllis does her before Phyllis does her, no, we're gonna let Phyllis do her poem, and then we'll wrap it up with Phyllis, and so she can, again, for those listeners, if you didn't catch it the first time, she's going to give you her information, as well as going to be on our website also. So
Oh, and our website is chitchatchewshow.wix.com/chitchatchewshow. I will repeat it one more time. Our website is chitchatchewshow.wix.com/chitchatchewshow. So please go support our website. Check it out. We have a lot to offer.
Okay, this last poem that I want to do for everybody is titled Love and Acceptance. This is for everybody.
awesome sauce.
Love and acceptance. We are a ministry of talents, chosen gifts from God. Love and accept us. Love us because we are children of God. Love us if we have broken hearts. Love us when we feel all alone. Love us because some of us are far away from home. Love us if we have been abandoned by family. Love us even if some of us had to live in an alley. Love us when we are misunderstood. Love us if some of us are thugged out and from the hood. Love us because we are unique in many ways. Love us if some of us are straight, bisexual, or gay. Love us if we become too sensitive and overly dramatic. Love us if we had gotten hooked on sex and became drug addicts. Love us if we suffer from HIV and AIDS. Love us if we have been called drag queens, dykes, studs, or a trade. Love us if we don't love ourselves. Love us when there is no one else. Love and accept us today. Love and acceptance is all that really matters to God anyway.
Oh,
Snap.
Thank you.
Yup. That is awesome.
Thank you.
So we want to give Phyllis to just kind of briefly, if she can, just kind of quickly touch base on what some upcoming projects. If you said it already, that's okay. We want to just let them hear it again, and then with that, give them how to reach out to you.
Okay, my social network page for art is PARART LLC on Facebook. Also, my hair page is Adair's Cuts. I think Adair's Designer Cuts and Styles. Also on Facebook. On Instagram, it's Adair's Edge, ADAIRSEDGE, and then there's Adair's Art. You can reach out to the ladies here if you want to, contact me personally. And my number is 678-851-2947. So to conclude this, I'm just hoping that this interview reaches someone, especially our youth. And hopefully we have been very transparent to expose you, engage you, educate, and empower you from this wonderful experience. And don't hesitate to reach out to us because I just feel like our passion, purpose is for our people. And
Yep.
I just would like to thank you ladies for inviting me. This
Not a
has
problem.
been wonderful. And
Not a problem.
that's
I enjoyed
about
this
it.
interview.
Definitely.
This was a
Definitely.
great interview.
yes.
And I want to do another plug since we talked about B.O.B.
Okay.
Now, black people, I want you to go support Negas Footwear. Negast Footwear. They have a lot of dope shoes that's black inspired, our culture. And I bought a pair of their shoes and they're really nice. So, but please, honestly, please go support B.O.B. Stop giving these white companies all your money.
The white people.
The
white
people.
people.
Because it's not all
Okay, I
the
say
other people.
Okay, I say white
But it's
people.
the why.
White
And I
people.
want
The
to
white
emphasize that because
Well, let me
remember
say
we
the
are
3%. Because
But
the
no,
rich ones.
remember we talked about the human race at this point.
Right.
Them young people. We got all kind of mixtures coming up. We're focusing in on our own,
Right.
but we opening up because, like, a person like me, I done been through all them different. Like I said, being off the civil rights, the women's rights, the LGBT rights, the black rights. Now we trying to do something for our youth because in these marches, that's what I'm seeing.
Absolutely.
And please, people, reach out to them here if you have some type of resource or funding that you want to partner with us.
Definitely.
Please reach out. We need that. Like that's important. I mean, just collaborate together and finding something that we can do to change things. Just reach out, whether it's to Phyllis, to Jade or me,
Yeah.
or just collectively. It doesn't matter. get up, put something together, and get out there and make things happen. And that's pretty much
true
it.
that. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
And your word is your bond. I am a stickler on that.
Black
your
power.
word is your bond to me.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. You got to be serious. We don't we don't need the bullshit, cause otherwise you can stay where you at. If you're not trying to be about the cause, you're wasting time. So if you're serious, reach out to any of us, and I'm gonna leave out with that.
All right. Well, peace, love, and hair grease to y'all. Ashe.
I say,
Live, laugh, and love.
That's right.